you had El Sisi receive over 200,000 signatures on a petition for him to run for the presidency. He only needed something like 20 or 25,000. So what are you saying if he is elected, and everyone expects he probably will be the next president of Egypt, he's not going to make any difference for the Christians?
No, he certainly can, and depending on the government, you can definitely make a big impact. And so far, he has and his government have certainly been better than the Muslim Brotherhood. But the point is that the attacks won't necessarily go away. Of course, if the repercussions and the consequences, and if the military and internal security step up, then that is more deterrence for Islamic mobs and Islamic clerics to do what they do. So certainly, it can go a long way. Someone like Sisi. The question is, will he actually take all those measures? Because once he takes measures that are seen as protective of Christians and other non-Muslims and so forth, his opponents will take that and use it against him to show how he's not a true Muslim, he's an apostate, he's favoring Western elements, he's favoring Christianity. So, from a political point of view, it's very likely that he will try to kind of walk a fine line in that he won't necessarily be very supportive, but I think he would definitely be much better than the alternative, which is the Muslim Brotherhood. But again, time will only tell.
We are only about a month away from those presidential elections in Egypt. What do you expect is going to happen? Do you think we're going to see violence, the Brotherhood rise up and try to shut this election down or discredit it in some way?
Well, discredit it, certainly. That's the Muslim Brotherhood mouthpiece Al Jazeera, stationed in Qatar's job, and that's all it does. Is try to discredit the revolution, portrayed in the most negative terms, and unfortunately, many in the Western media follow suit, follow its narrative, Al Jazeera's narrative. But as far as what the Muslim Brotherhood will do, you will probably have your sporadic violence. It may be organized, it may be just a mob type, just rage and anger at the situation. But the fact is, and this is a good thing, the Muslim Brotherhood has really been marginalized in a country like Egypt. And I say that because it was a good thing that the Muslim Brotherhood became, gained power in Egypt and Morsi became president. And I say it's a good thing because up until then, for decades, the Muslim Brotherhood slogan was basically, "Give us a chance, and we'll bring Islam into our governance, and you'll see justice flourish." And it sounded good in theory. So now they finally had their chance, and the result is 1 year later was complete hostility to the Brotherhood, their ousting, and now they're in jail. So they've really been marginalized, their influence in a country like Egypt. Still, of course, they have their terrorist wings, or those that support them, from Al Qaeda to Ansar al Muqaddas, or the supporters of Jerusalem, which is a militia working in Egypt, and other organizations. But the more they attack, really, from a political point of view, it won't be good for their trying to win over Egyptians. Of course, attacks in themselves could have their own influence, but it's unfortunate that countries like the United States are not more vigorously and assertively pointing out that the Muslim Brotherhood is really a terrorist organization, just as Egypt has classified, just as many other countries have classified, and just as even the UK recently said.